Greetings, friends and fellow cigar box guitar enthusiasts. Guess what today is? You guessed it. Today is CBGITTY.com day. Yay! Parts is parts. So, let's see what they got going on here. Got me new trucker hat. Strings. 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 A mystery bag. A receipt. Invoice. A pound. Fret wire. 6 feet of jumbos for the zeros. All right, what's in the mystery bag here? Let me guess. What did I order? Tuners. Yeah. Oh yeah, and corners. All right. You know those corners for the corners. And then I opted for the gold tuners this time. Never have enough gold. Now I can finish up this punch box that needs frets and tuners, as well as this brick house that needs frets and tuners. Okay, before I tap in these frets, I am going to first off get everything I need, but you want to make sure that these fret slots are clean from any kind of sawdust or lacquer or anything. You'd be amazed at the stuff that gets in there. So I just get, like, you can get anything like a razor, a business card, or whatever. I just go through, just make sure that they're all 100% clean. That way you don't have any uneven frets, because if you have dirt in there and you pound in the fret, it's just going to like be high or whatever. So. All right, so check out this cool trick. So after filing these ends with the file, this little fret guru thing here, then what I do is I start sanding it with just regular 220 grit sandpaper. I just kind of just take the edges off so that it becomes smooth, and you can actually start seeing a reflection on the ends of the frets. Well, then this is what I do here, is then I start graduating to like higher grit, like here's 400 grit, and I'll put it here on the edge of the table, kind of overlapping the little edge here. And it's this little is tabletop here is like a carpet anyway, so it's smooth to begin with underneath here. And then I just get the edge of the fretboard and then kind of angle it just a little bit so that I'm on the edge, on the fret ends, and just this allows me to get a lot of pressure, downward pressure and angular pressure to get right on those fret ends. Put some heat on it, you know. Man, and I tell you what, man, that thing like looks like glass on this side here. My gosh, it's like, and it's totally smooth.
The price of these cigars is only $7? Huh. All right, well, here's the inside. And the piezo is just soldered to the jack. And of course there's brackets, bracing, whatever you want to call it.
Finally finishing up this punch box. I got the skinny strings on here. This is the 30 gauge, the 22 gauge and the 14 plain gauge, and I'm tuned D, A, D, like dad. Okay, but first off, look at that punch logo. So I have a hard maple saddle, the shutter hinge, the input jack. The four corners are screwed down, and still a little bit of paint left over there from the original paint on the neck. And look at that grime on the top. That is original grime from when this thing was a fence post. So, oh yeah, the other thing to point out here is these little dots here, those are screws. I don't know if you can take a look at that real. Screws. These are burns, solder burns here, but screws there. Okay, so enough about that. Listen to this thing here. Strings are stretching. All right, let me stretch these strings out and then we'll plug it in. All right, here we are in the moment of truth. Sounds good to me. I like it. All right, that's the punch. Moving right along. Next is the brick house with the dark neck. So what I was thinking about doing for the inlays up here on the top is I found some of these copper nails. That's what they look like. And they have this, they're about 1 inch long, and they have a kind of a ribbed, they're not threads, they're just kind of like barbs, but they have a nice big fat head. So I think I'm going to use those for the inlays. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of these sharp ice pick things, owls, and then I'm going to mark where they need to be exactly centered and everything, and then just tap in little holes. And these are going to be pre-holes for my drill bit. So this here is about 1 inch, and I don't want to drill down 1 inch, so I've been cutting these things down to about maybe about 1/4 of an inch, if that. Just tiny, just a little head, and just enough of the barb to grab. And then I measured, and I figured it was the 3/32. Oh, and I got a dead battery. 3/32 drill bit. Let me change the batteries here real quick. All right, here we go. Yay. Okay, so I'm just gonna go as deep as I need to based on this little guy. I don't want to go too deep. So you can put tape around here if you want. Sometimes you just put a magic marker line on it, just whatever it is, so that you get proper depth. I'm just eyeballing it because I can look that straight down and I can see how deep it is. And then I might give it just like a little bit of glue. Just dab it in a little bit of glue and fit it in there. But this is a pretty tight fit, so yeah, look at that. Perfect. That's going to be awesome.
I'm going to have a peek inside before we batten down the hatches. First off, check out that awesome painting. Isn't that awesome? And the little amendment there. So this here is just a piezo that has been soldered directly to the jack. No frills. And I did a sign strategically right underneath the sound hole.
All right, these are the same strings. This is the 30 wound, the 22 wound, and the 14 plain steel tuned DAD. All right, the moment of truth. Again, we are plugging into the Roland Microcube. These are the same exact settings as before. Nothing has changed. We're still tuned DAD with the same string gauges. This is also a 20-inch scale neck, and also this is just a piezo wired directly to the outside, so it should sound very similar. Here's acoustic, and here's the electric. Some delay. that's it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed the playing. Hope you learned something. Hope you like the sounds. Be sure to leave a comment, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. But on top of that, stay encouraged, stay inspired, stay focused, and I'll see you in the next video.